When you buy one, you'll get a second one absolutely free.
You're sleeping even better.
And cooler, too.
And you're looking good.
Feeling good.
I knew you would.
Visit mypillow.com.
Looks like you've been sleeping well.
Megan, he's back. The My Pillow guy.
And you're looking good.
Still feeling good.
Well, just when you thought it couldn't get any better, we've got the best pillow ever, My Pillow 2.0. When I invented My Pillow, it had everything you'd ever want in a pillow. Well, now there's new technology that makes it even better. My Pillow 2.0 has my patented fill combined with a cooling fabric with temperature regulating thread. My Pillow 2.0 is truly the next generation of My Pillow.
The best sleep just got even better. Whether you have a MyPillow or not, you need to get the brand new MyPillow 2.0. Call or go to mypillow.com now. Use your promo code, and for a limited time when you buy one, you'll get a second one absolutely free.
You're sleeping even better.
And cooler, too.
And you're looking good.
Feeling good.
I knew you would.
Visit mypillow.com.
Looks like you've been sleeping well.
Megan, he's back. The My Pillow guy.
And you're looking good.
Still feeling good.
Well, just when you thought it couldn't get any better, we've got the best pillow ever, My Pillow 2.0. When I invented My Pillow, it had everything you'd ever want in a pillow. Well, now there's new technology that makes it even better. My Pillow 2.0 has my patented fill combined with a cooling fabric with temperature regulating thread. My Pillow 2.0 is truly the next generation of My Pillow.
The best sleep just got even better. Whether you have a MyPillow or not, you need to get the brand new MyPillow 2.0. Call or go to mypillow.com now. Use your promo code, and for a limited time when you buy one, you'll get a second one absolutely free.
You're sleeping even better.
And cooler, too.
And you're looking good.
Feeling good.
I knew you would.
Visit mypillow.com.
Looks like you've been sleeping well.
Megan, he's back. The My Pillow guy.
And you're looking good.
Still feeling good.
Well, just when you thought it couldn't get any better, we've got the best pillow ever, My Pillow 2.0. When I invented My Pillow, it had everything you'd ever want in a pillow. Well, now there's new technology that makes it even better. My Pillow 2.0 has my patented fill combined with a cooling fabric with temperature regulating thread. My Pillow 2.0 is truly the next generation of My Pillow.
The best sleep just got even better. Whether you have a MyPillow or not, you need to get the brand new MyPillow 2.0. Call or go to mypillow.com now. Use your promo code, and for a limited time when you buy one, you'll get a second one absolutely free.
You're sleeping even better.
And cooler, too.
And you're looking good.
Feeling good.
I knew you would.
Visit mypillow.com.
Looks like you've been sleeping well.
Megan, he's back. The My Pillow guy.
And you're looking good.
Still feeling good.
Well, just when you thought it couldn't get any better, we've got the best pillow ever, My Pillow 2.0. When I invented My Pillow, it had everything you'd ever want in a pillow. Well, now there's new technology that makes it even better. My Pillow 2.0 has my patented fill combined with a cooling fabric with temperature regulating thread. My Pillow 2.0 is truly the next generation of My Pillow.
The best sleep just got even better. Whether you have a MyPillow or not, you need to get the brand new MyPillow 2.0. Call or go to mypillow.com now. Use your promo code, and for a limited time when you buy one, you'll get a second one absolutely free.
You're sleeping even better.
And cooler, too.
And you're looking good.
Feeling good.
I knew you would.
Visit mypillow.com.
Looks like you've been sleeping well.
Megan, he's back. The My Pillow guy.
And you're looking good.
Still feeling good.
Well, just when you thought it couldn't get any better, we've got the best pillow ever, My Pillow 2.0. When I invented My Pillow, it had everything you'd ever want in a pillow. Well, now there's new technology that makes it even better. My Pillow 2.0 has my patented fill combined with a cooling fabric with temperature regulating thread. My Pillow 2.0 is truly the next generation of My Pillow.
The best sleep just got even better. Whether you have a MyPillow or not, you need to get...
o'clock, live from Studio 6B on a Monday, January 27th, 8 p.m. on the East Coast. Glad you're in, everybody. Hope you had a great weekend on a Monday night. Rick Delgado sitting right there to my right. That's him right there. He's going to do the news in his grunt-style U.S.
flag
something
thing.
or other on your shirt.
Yeah.
How was your weekend?
It was good. How was yours? I don't really care. Actually, it was enjoyable because I think I was right on one of my theories. And you really hate when I'm right.
What theory was that?
The theory of when you ask
Relativity?
why would J.D. Vance grant this interview, and this is how it's done. When you see the way he dominated Margaret Brennan on their airwaves.
But we knew that was going to happen, though.
Yeah, but you were like, why give
I'm still like that. I don't know why. Give her any oxygen. I still wouldn't have done it.
Because you destroy them right in front of their own people. That's why.
So you mean just go into the interview looking for an argument?
No, not going to knowing that it's going to be an attempted hit piece and be able to smash it to pieces right in front of their face is glorious. I believe.
I do agree with you that it is glorious.
Yeah.
It's some of the best TV.
Yeah, it is glorious, and I'm not surprised at the way it went. I just don't like the premise of giving these phony, gold-plated kneecappers any oxygen, especially when they're, well, like MSNBC, almost out of, yeah, exactly, yes. Thank you, Paul. Good word, suffocating. Almost out of business, but it is glorious to watch. No surprise to me that it went that way. It's a matter of fact, it is the subject matter of our upcoming here in about 30 seconds, Crazy Town.
Really?
Yes, but let me welcome Paul Nolan to the show. Mr. Nolan, how are you?
I'm good.
How was your weekend?
It was eventful.
Eventful, really?
Yeah, it just was.
Very good.
I filled in so many things. Like I just got so much done. It was very nice weekend, very productive. Got things done around the house. Got things done at work. Got family stuff done. It was quite eventful.
All right, very good. Aaron and Fran holding it down as always. Aaron, I can talk to you. You have a mic. Oh, actually, you both have a mic. Aaron, how was your weekend?
Weekend was good. I spent it with my sister in the city, visited her apartment.
Oh, I saw your pictures. The food looked very nice. Where'd you guys go to dinner?
Yes, we went to this Italian rooftop restaurant called Lula.
Oh,
it was
Lula.
Very good.
Okay, very good.
What part of town?
Chelsea.
Oh, well.
My sister said she wanted to just explore and do different things, so I said, okay, whatever.
Did they let people in flannels on that rooftop bar?
They let people what?
In flannel shirts?
No.
And work boots? No.
No, some of them were.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
It was very like lax. It wasn't very like black tie or nothing.
Okay.
You could go in like sweatshirts and you could wear the Fetterman look and be okay.
Who's she talking
Right.
to?
Talking to both of you.
Oh, okay.
I would imagine that's
Fran, how was your weekend?
It was all right.
Okay. Okay. Fine.
I mean, it ends with me coming back here, so no, we're going to only be so good.
Well, I mean, I don't know what you can do about that. Not much, right? Well, I mean, I guess there's something you could do. But so, Aaron, let's
Don't
let's
give
recap.
him any ideas.
I know.
We can't,
Yeah,
don't let him
please.
quit.
Let's recap the odds makers if we could. Slick's not here yet. Let's start with Slick and the guest. How did Slick? Who was our guest?
Gina.
Gina. And Gina went 2-2, 500 her first time. How did Gina and Slick do here in the playoff conference championship weekend?
Ooh. 0-2.
0-2, both of them.
Wow.
How did you do?
I went 1-1.
Okay. You've been
Very
respectable
nice.
all year long. Who else was in the odds makers on Friday? Anybody else? Delgado
No.
wasn't?
Nope.
I don't think.
Oh, I was in it. Yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah, Damon.
I was
you were
in
in,
it.
right?
Did you
It
have
was
to-
me, right?
Did you make a pick or two?
I made 2 picks
Okay,
too.
cool.
Aaron, how did I do?
You went 2-0.
Oh, hey. Who's going to the Sphere now? Oh, nobody.
Somebody to me, get a sling because this guy just threw his shoulder out, patting his back.
Oh, man. Well, I feel bad for Josh Allen because
He got robbed.
yeah, I don't know how you play any better than he's played, but he's 0-4 against the same team. Just like his team was 0-4 in the Super Bowl. He's now 0-4 in this game.
It's amazing, though.
But
He
his
had 2
coach,
first downs.
his coach should be sent straight to jail this morning because his coach did no favors.
No, that's true.
No favors.
Outcoached by a mile. Spagnuolo called up all the right defensive schemes.
I mean, if you can't get 3 feet on. I mean,
they got it though. They got it on 3rd down, and then they got it again on 4th. It was clearly a first down both times.
No, I don't think it was that last
definitely,
one.
Definitely, 100%.
Well,
100%.
I mean, the guys in the stripes didn't say. The zebras didn't think so. Yeah. They're the only ones that count.
Yeah, they wanted their Swift and Pfizer money. Please, I'm not buying it.
Oh, man. So here we go. Kansas City, Philly again.
Am I going to get killed because of the Kansas City fans in the chat?
No, I don't think so.
All right.
What do they care? They're going, man. They're going to the big game again. 3-peat. Here we come. Dynasty.
Oh, it's crazy. He's the best quarterback of all time already. He's better than Brady now. That's it. I'm saying it. He's past Brady.
Really?
I mean, look what he's done. Was it 6 appearances now? That's 5 or 6 Super Bowl. 5 appearances.
5 or 6
with 6 years.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy.
Boy, Andy Reid coached his butt off, and let's be honest. I mean, Spagnuolo coached his butt off. Every scheme he called was just outstanding. Just got out-coached. And McDermott's a good coach, but
he is a good coach, but he has not been a good coach in these games, and he did his quarterback no favors yesterday.
No, sir.
Not at all. So now we move on to the big game. We got 2 weeks. We got a week off, and then the 2 games. I have not seen the line, but I can tell you already who I'm gonna favor. And it ain't the guys going for the 3-peat.
So I didn't see the line yet either. What do you think?
To be honest with you, neutral field, 3-peat. Obviously, Kansas City has to be the favorite, I would think. Although I would not make them the favorite. Based on what I saw yesterday.
How could it not be 1.5? He's protected a little bit, protect the teasers, and so it doesn't get through the 8.
I think it's got to be more than that. I think it's going to be Kansas City. I think it's going to be Kansas City minus 3.5.
Oh my goodness, no way. No way. I don't think so. 3.5 so the hook.
Do we know the line, Aaron?
I'm going to say
I haven't checked. My guess would be 2.
Okay.
I would say 1.5, 2, because there's negligible. There's very little difference between the 2, but the 2 gets you in the teaser bets. A 6.5 point teaser gets you to 8.5. 8 is now a new death number. So, but now the total. All right, what do you guys think the total is? I got a number in my mind.
I put it at 54.
Ooh, I'm going to go with 48.5.
Okay.
Because both teams play pretty solid defense. Not great, and both teams can run the ball. So it's going to eat up some clock.
Okay. I got 3.5 and 54. That's my call.
3.5, 54. And I'm going to go with 1.5. Aaron's got 2, and I'll go with 48.5 on the total.
Okay.
Right now, the opening spread was Chiefs minus 1.5. Right now, it's 2.5.
Oof.
Okay, that's what I like to see. Money's going exactly where I want to see it go because I'm going to go opposite way.
How about the total? What did you say the total was?
I don't know.
49.5.
49.5.
Yep, 49.5.
So you were closer.
Yep.
All right. Well, Scott Bessent is now your Senate confirmation as Treasury Secretary, so that's another one down. That happened today. This afternoon, U.S. Senate voted on Monday to confirm Scott Bessent, founder of Key Square Group, as the 79th Treasury Secretary. The Senate voted 68-29 to confirm the Wall Street veteran to the post. Bessent has bipartisan support, 16 Democrats joining the Republicans. Key issues Bessent will be facing, including addressing the nation's debt and deficits, Trump's proposed tariffs, and the fate of expiring tax cuts are also focal points. And boy, I tell you, I know he hasn't said it yet, but if you're going to read between the lines, I mean, is it me, or is President Trump doing everything but actually saying that he wants to do away with the federal income tax?
Oh, my goodness.
I think he's
done everything but actually just say it. You want to tell me if you have sound here, Fran? We'll check it before I play it.
I think we have the clip.
He's done everything. Okay, you've got it. Let's put this up. This is from earlier in the day.
He's going to be very rich again, and it's going to happen very quickly. It's time for the United States to return to the system that made us richer and more powerful than ever before. Do you know the United States?
It's time for the United States to return to the system that made us richer and more powerful than ever before. Mm-hmm. Right?
How about
1870 to 1913, all tariffs, and that was the richest period in the history of the United States, relatively speaking. In other words, relatively. And they set up the Great Tariff Commission of 1887, and this commission had one function: what to do with all the money that we took in. It was so enormous that they had no idea. It was a blue ribbon committee. It was set up 1887, and what to do with all of the money that we had. And again, Teddy Roosevelt was a beneficiary because when McKinley was killed, he took over this vast sum of money and he did all of those national parks and all of the other things. And I'm not knocking him, but he was given a vast amount of money. And that was all made through tariffs. We had no income tax. The income tax came in 1913.
With the federal.
As I said in my speech last week, instead of taxing our citizens to enrich foreign nations, we should be tariffing and taxing foreign nations to enrich our citizens. Does that make sense, right?
Mm-hmm. You could tell by the clapping that people are like, what the hell is he saying? Is he saying what I think he's saying? It's almost like they're nervous. They don't want to be too excited about it.
He also, and again, this is not to take anything away from the president because he very well may just know all this stuff, but he does seem like someone who's done a little research.
Yeah.
He speaks about this as if he's been getting brushed up on the subject, on the time this was, right? Like just to hear him there.
A little piece of history, just so you guys know, between these years.
Right. That doesn't sound, I mean.
Listen, he's definitely a historian of money. We've heard him talk about money and how it's evolved over the years. The fact that he mentioned 71 and 1913, two pivotal times in U.S. money's history. There's no doubt he knows. He knows the Federal Reserve is the enemy of this company, this country. I'm treating it like he's a CEO company. There is no question in my mind that the Federal Reserve, sovereign money, and the IRS, who are all in cahoots, are all on the table here. If he brings us back to a sovereign, like Bitcoin-backed dollar, something with substance behind it, there's no telling what kind of prosperity America could have.
Well, just getting rid of the federal income tax. If he ever achieved that, would there be a greater accomplishment than he could have?
No.
At least as far as here at home?
I don't know. And would be interesting to see everybody who fights him on it. That would be interesting to see, like what Republicans and what Democrats would be screaming bloody murder.
Well, every Democrat will fight him.
Right. So the people could actually see, oh, look, they really don't have our best interests at heart.
I'm with you.
Well, yes,
the deep state
but they won't think of it that way.
No,
they'll say, well, we're going to have any money to spend. How are we going to bring you utopia if we don't have any, what'd you say?
No, the deep state is run by the banking system. I mean, it's run since, let's go back since, fake money was born in the Rothschild families and the way they ran currency from Jump Street. It's, from the IMF to the Bank of International Settlements to all these Federal Reserve banks, it's an absolute central banking is the root of all this evil.
Fix the money, fix the state. 13 past the hour, live from Studio 6B. We'll kick it up. Sports news all coming up on a Monday night. Glad you're in.
Hey,
Spell it all out.
Oh. Okay.
All right, chat.
I think you had a super chat in there. Jarvis Hunter, Big D, $5. Check out Melania's new official White House photo. What a first lady.
I saw
Absolute
it in
killer
black
photo.
and white.
Yep. I think we've begun to see a different Melania this term. So $5 super chat from Jarvis Hunter. Thank you, my man.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate that.
Slickster, how are you?
I'm doing good, Big D.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm doing good.
You're not feeling blue?
I'm feeling blue, yeah. I'm blue.
Blue.
Just wondering.
Hello, Lorraine on Facebook.
Lorraine Donato.
Hello, everybody. What's going on?
Oh, good. Damon's going to sing.
I heard a guy, last night I heard a song. I was driving to a concert, and it was a guy named Dalbert, and he had a song called Living It Up for Your Love. Is that the D. Dalbert?
It's not Dalbert. It's Delbert. And yes, that is him. Where did you hear that?
I heard that song on the radio last night. They were playing the 80s countdown, 1981. He had a song called
Living It Up for Your Love.
That's a great song. That's him?
Hey, Aaron,
That's the guy you've been talking about?
Living It Up for Your Love right now.
The guy, that was a great song. That was
I've been telling you for months.
I learned something. That song came out late 1980, early 81.
I think I know that song.
Yeah, Living It Up for Your Love.
Giving it up.
Giving it up for your love. Yeah, it's a great song.
I thought he was.
It's very catchy.
So
that's him.
There's room on the bandwagon, Slick.
Man.
If you want to jump on,
I'm on. That's a good. No, that's a
okay.
no. That happened to be a great
That's
tune.
one of about 500.
One song doesn't mean you.
I love that song. I
Change
love
What do
your
you mean
life.
one song doesn't change what?
It doesn't mean you change your life. I mean, come on.
I
Stop.
want to ask Rick over here. Rick, you know what Rick's favorite band is? The Electric Light Orchestra, ELO.
I love ELO. You don't like ELO? What's wrong with you?
Of course I like ELO. ELO is fantastic.
And shut your face.
Well, shut your face.
Shut your face. That's strong,
Man,
though.
this guy,
Delgado.
man,
Shut your
man.
face.
Well, that's where his mouth is.
You take this guy on the brakes and,
Do I
man,
gotta
it
do
gets
some
crazy.
of my hair? Is that what you're telling me? I can't
Man,
even be in
man.
the thumbnail anymore. That's a good one, though. He's funny.
we're supposed to have it.
Oh, yeah. Someone said hit the like button. I'll do that, too, while we're at it. I want to know Christian Rock. Anyone listen to my man, Zach Williams, in the chat?
Let me go to Getter. It's labeled wrong, too. All right, live from Studio 6B on a Monday, 17 past the hour, 8 p.m. hour here on the East Coast, Real America's Voice. Glad you're in. Hope you had a good weekend. Want to say hello to everybody, all our friends in the chat, wherever you're watching, Facebook, YouTube, Getter, Rumble, where else? X, of course. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe. Subscribe to the channel. Follow all our social media if you can. We appreciate it. And make sure you head over to livefromstudio6b.com, which we're consistently working on to try to make better. So appreciate if you sign up as a member over there. It's absolutely free. You can use your Facebook or Google account to sign up real quickly. Livefromstudio6b.com. And it's got all of our news, stories, past shows, segments, crazy towns. What even is that? Anything we've ever done is most likely there somewhere. So check it out, livefromstudio6b.com. All right, let's do Crazy Town. Of course, as Delgado brought up, rightly so, J.D. Vance. Has anyone checked on Margaret Brennan today, by the way, and sent the burn unit over to her house or anything? Okay. And although I don't know why he does it, but that doesn't change the point that, of course, we knew he was going to kill, and that's exactly what he did. But let's give you a little different view of Crazy Town. This is Crazy Town from J.D.'s point of view. And this is Crazy Town when you do a show with a supposed, in their mind, know-it-all. Roll it, Aaron.
If the nominee can't unite your party, how's he going to lead 3 million people? So the main objective is changing all of that, that it's going to be Pete Hegseth alone, both the Wall Street Journal and the National Review, conservative publication. Does any of this give you pause putting her in charge of the U.S. intelligence community? Yes or no? The Senate will ultimately decide.
Will decide the
Doesn't trust those intelligence services. You campaigned on lowering prices for consumers. We've seen all of these executive orders. Which one lowers prices?
Look
so
at our
grocery prices
slate
aren't going to
of
come
executive
down.
orders.
Well, there are a lot of things that contributed to higher energy prices, and there was record oil and gas production.
Yes.
No, but all the things you experience at the grocery store are what people touch and feel. That's what you were talking about, bacon on the campaign trail. Those things, when do consumers actually get to touch and feel a difference in their lives? Well, the flurry of executive orders, most of them weren't about the economy. Well, a lot of these announcements have yet to take effect. You know, FEMA has specialized expertise that some of these states just don't have. Who are lower income states, the Mississippis, the Kentuckys, the Alabamas, be able to do this for themselves. The states are now going to have to do this themselves, but they work with the state and local officials. So still count on the federal government, but watch that space. Do you personally support the idea of conducting a raid or enforcement action in a church service, at a school?
Joe Biden,
you personally support them going into schools
people like Laken
and
Riley
churches.
who are enforcement to go and get that person out.
Of course.
So what's the point of the question?
You changed the regulation this week. That's the point of the question.
Law
That also
everywhere
has
to
a
protect
knock-on
Americans.
effect, a chilling effect, arguably, to people to not send their kids to school.
I desperately hope it has a chilling
In the
effect on
churches,
illegal
you think
immigrants
the
coming
U.S.
into our
Conference
country.
of Catholic Bishops are actively hiding criminals? A federal judge appointed by Ronald Reagan, I think you'd agree, has some conservative credentials, blatantly unconstitutional. How do you reconcile this challenge to the 14th Amendment to the Constitution? But that's not part of it.
Well, that
There's
is
already a
that is
carve-out
that is
having
an
to do with
important
kids of
principle.
diplomats. Well, this is a country founded by immigrants.
Well, this is a country
This is a
founded
unique
by
country that has nothing to do with the U.S. border. Left literally at the airport this week were thousands of Afghans, some of whom had worked with the United States government and were promised to come here.
Foreign
But
nationals
there are
have been properly
30,000
vetted.
people in the pipeline, Afghan refugees.
But Mike Tree,
These people
it's
are
not
vetted.
good.
These people are vetted. No, and that was a very particular case. It wasn't clear if he was radicalized when he got here or while he was living here.
I don't really
But
care, Margaret. I don't want that person in my country, and I think most Americans agree with me.
Wow. She's deranged. Wow.
So who had to watch that whole interview?
A little different when you just break it down to what he watched and what he heard that whole interview, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Everybody watched it and focused on JD, rightly. But when you look at it that way, and what he actually faced and had to deal with, this is why I just don't get it. Like, you can see right there what her only job is.
Yep. Yeah, she had an agenda.
She thinks she knows more than you, and she's here to prove it.
Yeah. She's trying to grandstand.
This is, but these are. Yeah, but this was.
Ronald Reagan.
That was this.
I'm sure you'd agree, Ronald Reagan, conservative.
And what's great is that after he'd answer a question and then she'd try and kind of fact check him on it and move on real quickly, he would slam her right in the face with the brakes and say no and correct her right back. And that would be the end. Yeah. He would always get the last word, and that was the most important. And that's what they've been doing across the board to these people, which is great.
Did you watch the whole interview?
I watched mostly.
I watched the whole thing twice.
Just clips.
Twice.
Well, I edited that, so obviously I watched it to do
goodness.
that. But
she's
I
antagonistic.
watched it before I edited
They
that.
should have called that Karen Town.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I want. I could have done. I could have done it the opposite way and just given JD's, hammer with that, like what Delgado's saying, and he had a lot of great moments. But I thought it was more interesting to actually take him out of it and actually listen to what she's really like.
It was like, I know you are, but what am I? I know you are.
When you spread it out,
that's what it reminded me of. I know you are, but what am I?
Right.
You don't really appreciate how absolutely repulsive she is.
Terrible.
I mean, well, she probably went home that night like, I kicked.
She's going to ruin it for other journalists because you know what? They're going to lose them going out. You know, it's going to happen.
Everything they do blows up in their face.
Yep.
She is so terrible at that show, at that job. She's worse than Kristen Welker by a mile.
She's get fired.
And I thought Welker was unwatchable. She is. If you look up the definition of unwatchable TV, her picture should be there. She is unwatchable. She's the leftiest of the left of all of them, and it's not even close.
Susie,
her and her husband.
Susie321 says rename it Karen Town.
Oh my God, it's just crazy, right? All of the little. Oh no, but this. Oh no. There's already. He's talking about the 14th Amendment about Oh, no, there's already a carve-out for that. No. Like, he doesn't know. Like, that's not what he's saying. Oh, no, but it's in... Oh, but that's not... Oh, but these weren't really for the... Oh, but that wasn't really for... Oh, my God. It never stopped. It never stopped. And you could see he's looking at her going, why am I here? Why am I here listening to this? Oh, unbelievable.
Well, to point out the stupidity.
Yeah, and he does a good job of it, but I just don't understand. Your time would be so much more better spent doing somebody else. I mean, come here, or go down with John Solomon, and actually get into issues and because she's not there to. She has no interest,
none,
in trying to do anything to provide any information to her viewers. So they leave thinking, oh, maybe they leave there dumber than they went in. She offers nothing but her ideology. That's what drives every word and every second of that interview is her ideology.
That was the furthest thing from the conversation. Every time JD tried to say a word, it was just full tilt Karen.
I mean, when you watch the full interview, JD, I mean, just smoked her. But when you really, again, that's why I did it like that, is when you really see with what he dealt with, it's like, why? Why deal with that? Crazy town. I mean, that is crazy town to sit there. And that was the edited version. I can imagine what else they.
Yeah.
What didn't make it? Went on the cutting room floor. I can only imagine.
Yeah.
When you edited that, I got to believe it had to feel like you were like 7 hours of bumper to bumper traffic at the end of it. Like, how frustrated were you at the end of that?
No, it was actually a pretty easy edit. It just jumped every time she opened her mouth, and that was pretty much it. That's all she did. That's all she did. There wasn't a moment of real conversation in the whole thing between the two of them. It was just him and her trying to throw her ideology in. That's all she's driven by, literally. All right, sports and news coming up. We get back right after this.
Yeah, not as funny as Biden falling all over the place.
No, they never will be. But you take what you can find and get.
I honestly thought Selena Gomez was going to be the
too short, and she's already deleted it.
Has she?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's everywhere though.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
I was gonna say.
There's another good one. Some woman crying. I put it on my Twitter page, crying about how Trump took away my DEI hire.
I'm going to post that on our X right now. Everybody could go share it and like it. Would be fantastic. When you sit for an interview with someone who thinks they already have all the answers, welcome to #capital Karen Town. Right?
I like it.
I
like it.
Welcome to Karen Town. Okay, ready?
Karen
Is everybody ready to like and share?
Everybody's
Here
ready
we
to
go.
like
On
and
X
share.
in 3.
We got to get our whole.
Oh, wait. I got to wait for it to
6B
upload.
army.
But speaking of shit, did she
Hold
move
on.
out of the country yet? Or Barbara Streisand, have they moved out of the country yet? Have we heard anything on that?
No.
Maybe they were moving out if Trump got elected. Didn't they say that?
Yep.
Oh,
I remember that.
I wonder where they moved.
Oh, come on. I wanted to share it right now. Uploading. It's taking so long. It's not that long. The Karen thing is getting kind of old. Can we use someone else's name for a while? That would be from Karen McDonald on Facebook.
You know what? That's fair. How about we call it the Kamala? We'll call it Kamala Town. This Karen. Kamala's voice went through me like those. I mean, it was like chewing on tinfoil.
Ew.
Still uploading. 60%. Really? Oh. Processing. 99%. And post. Boom. It's there. Go share. Like, share. Like and share. Like and share. Like and share.
Another super chat, $5.
The quicker we get shares, the more people get to see it.
Jargus with the super chat.
It's the second one of the night. He did 2 5s. He's up
It only
to 10.
has 1 like so far. The heck's going on? 7. We need 7 a second. All right, 30 minutes past the hour, live from Studio 6B. Crazy Town is now posted on our X. If you can go like and share, we would much appreciate it. Let's see if we can make it go viral tonight like we did the 30th Amendment that night. Like and share and heart and retweet or whatever you can do on that. It's on our, I'll pin it actually to the top of our X. Pinned to your profile, pinned. So it's at the top of our X. If you can, like and share that. Karen Town is officially out there. 30 minutes past the hour. There's a bunch of news to get into. There's a good take on this interview in the Federalist today by Beth Breland, I guess, or Brelje.
Easy for you to say.
Brelje?
Yeah,
Brelje?
exactly.
Brelje. How would you pronounce that? I don't know.
That's perfect. Just like that.
Brigel.
Okay. Brigel, something. Unshakable J.D. Vance destroys Margaret Brennan on Face the Nation, and she gets into actually a couple really good takes. So if we have some time, I'll circle back around to that. But let's do some sports and news. Sports is brought to you by our friend Mike Lindell, MyPillow. LFS6B is the code to use. If you shop at MyPillow, use LFS6B at checkout. I'm going to go check on our Karen Town, how many likes it has. Slick, you can do sports. What's going on?
All right, well, let's recap championship weekend, Big D. Championship Sunday, over the weekend, big games.
Yeah, what were the records? We haven't gone over them yet.
I don't know. I know I was 0-2, that's for sure. I didn't do good at all. This year has been abysmal. Thank God I won my fantasy football. I would have called this a complete year for naught. But no, I was 0-2. What would you do, 1-1?
Oh, no, I had, let's see, in the first game I had the Eagles.
Oh, you had the Eagles.
That was the winner?
Did the Eagles win?
Eagles won,
right?
And I know where this is going.
And the second game I had Kansas City. How was that?
2-0.
Oh, that was it. 2-0. That's the math.
Congratulations.
You got it.
You pompous. You know what? No, congratulations. Well, yeah, it was and Aaron. What Aaron was 1-1. Aaron, right? You went with me with the Buffalo game, right?
No, I took the Chiefs, but I went with you on the Commanders.
Oh, the Commanders, yeah.
So I went 1-1.
They couldn't command much after the third quarter started. That was the end of that. But I'm looking forward to flag football this Sunday coming up. The Camping Bowl in Orlando, Florida, the best football action of the year. I'm taking the NFC. I'm laying No, anyway, that's about where I'm at. But, yeah, I heard you guys talking about a little bit about the Super Bowl when you guys were checking the spread, and you were about right. So 1.5 point spread right now is what it opened up, as Aaron said. And the over-under is 49.5. I don't think it's going to shift a whole lot. I think that money line might come.
It can't go past 3.
No, somebody said 3.5. I don't think it'll be that high.
3.5.
That's too rich. No, I don't think it'll go that high.
Well, you got to factor in.
No,
if
he
you
went
factor
2-0.
in the ref.
Yeah, he went 2-0. He knows everything. You're right. That's
the
true.
ref, the ref bias towards Kansas City. I mean, you probably make it 6, but I mean, I guess.
Oh, well, we're going to get into that, man. Dave Portnoy quit football, Big Day. He's not watching football anymore.
Yeah, okay.
Did you see that earlier today?
Because he lost $1 million on Buffalo, so I can't blame him. But he won the $1 million that he put on Buffalo to win the Super Bowl at 6-1. He wanted to win. He's going to win $6 million, but he won the $1 million on Trump coin the day it came out.
Much safer bet.
So he bought the meme coin, made a quick $1 million, got out of the coin, took the $1 million, put it on Buffalo. It's plus 600. And then he lost.
He got buffaloed. But yeah, 55-23 was the score. I did not see that coming. I don't think anybody saw that. But boy, when Saquon Barkley was having an absolutely exceptional year, one of the best years in NFL history, definitely top 7 or 8 of all time. When he took that ball and he went 60 yards on that first carry, I said, this is going to be a long day here if he's going to run the ball like that. And, he only ended up with 118 yards, which is pretty good. But he didn't even double his initial carry there. However, 3 touchdowns, exceptional game. I thought the Philly defense played really good, handling Jaden Daniels. I thought Jaden Daniels, every time I thought he would come back, but they got into too many of those 3rd and shorts, and it was just a very tough game. And once that crowd at Lincoln Financial gets behind it, call them what you want, and you can call them a lot of things in Philly, but I got to tell you, that's a great team, great crowd, boy. And when their team is ahead, very hard to win. But they won't have that home advantage, obviously, when they go to Louisiana for the big game in New Orleans in 2 weeks. However, congratulations to Philadelphia. I'd have rather seen the Commanders win that game, but it is what it is. But getting to the night game, which was an exceptional game, a lot of controversy in this game, fellas. I'm sure you know that. 32-29. Once again, the Chiefs go into the Super Bowl looking for their three-peat. The only team to ever win 3 championships in a row would be the Chiefs if they're able to pull it off. We'll see what happens. I mean, I think Philadelphia, if they can control the game with their run, if Saquon could really hold on to that ball, keep Mahomes off the field, they have a shot. But it's really hard to pick against the Chiefs now. It really is after they've got the experience.
I'm picking against them right now.
You are? You going against them? Yeah, yep. I'm still on the fence. I'm it's hard for me because I'm a Dallas fan. It's hard to root for Philly, but if I have to do what's right and pick who I think's going to win, I'm kind of on that Philly cart right now. I think they will control the game. Their defense really playing lights out. I mean, Slayton, the corners, they're really they're showing they want it, and I think they're hungry. Sirianni, the coach, gets me a little nervous. His clock management can sometimes be suspect, as many NFL coaches. So we'll see. We're going to have a lot of analysis over the next 2 weeks with that, but 32-29 was the score, and a lot of controversy, a lot of people complaining about those calls, Big D. One call in particular would be that Josh Allen presumed first down. Now there's a lot of talk about the NFL spending a few dollars and putting microchips in the balls, kind of like what they do with the tennis balls at the U.S. Open, so they can track exactly where the ball is spotted. And
how many years have I been saying that?
Right?
It drives me.
You have said that in the past. I know. Just put that in, and then we know. You're relying on a guy making a call, waving off a first down, who was watching the play. He wasn't even watching the play. How does he have that call? I mean, it's very, very skeptical.
I mean, watching it live, I have to say, if I'm being honest, when I watched it live, I did not think he got it.
I thought he got it.
The third down before it, though, was a first down. It was Shipley, right? He knee wasn't down. Clearly gets a first down. Gets a beat spot, and then I thought he clearly got to that white line.
I don't know.
Gruden didn't think he got it either, and Gruden was all over the coach. He said there was multiple times in the game you got to get 4 yards. He's like, your blocking scheme, everything I watched, he said, you can't win a game like that. He thought the coach did a terrible job.
Many fans were up in arms over that. So, again, what are you going to say? I mean, he had his skin in the game. See, now I saw it one way, you saw it the other. But you had the Chiefs in your pick. I had the Bills. So sometimes you see it with skewed eyes when it's your team. You always see what you want to see, right? That the eyes play tricks on you. And I think that might have been the situation in our case and many fans' case. Listen, give the Chiefs their due. Regardless, they're going to get those benefits of the doubt. They're going to get those intangibles. Why? Because they're a winning team. The franchise. I mean, what the Hunt family has done there, I don't think they get enough credit. It'd be nice if they built a new stadium. That wreck is really starting to fall apart. But other than that, they are really doing well. So, Chiefs are a class organization. I do like this kid, Patrick Mahomes. I think he's good people.
Impossible not
Kelsey, I'm getting a little tired of the whole thing. And Swifty. And, enough, please. Just retire. Go live on a beach.
You're not a Swifty?
No, I like some of her songs, but I'm not all up in her. You're like, oh my God, she's the best thing ever.
Sure?
To me, no. All right, Big D, that's a wrap in sports. Enough of this nonsense.
All right, Slick, very good. That was a very eventful sports report.
Yes, it was.
Brought to you by Mike Lindell. LFS6B is the code to use. We got plenty of time now for news. Let's do it. News is brought to you by Freedom Force Nutrition, also available live from Studio6B.com. On the homepage, 15% off the entire line. Rick Delgado's got the news. Delgado, what's going on? By the way, our Karen Town has now 420 likes.
Wow.
272 retweets, 64 comments. So we'll see if we can get that to 1,000 here in the first hour, which really should be a layup. We got 20 minutes to go. We're at 421. We'll see if we can get that to 1,000 hearts, likes here in the first hour. And thank you very much for all of you who have liked it. If you haven't, please go to our X at LFS6B and like it and share it. Thank you.
Yeah. And speaking of news, let's jump right to it. A couple of big stories, one having to do with NVIDIA, which we'll get to in just a moment. But I thought this story was just a little bit bigger. Damon, tell me, and Paul, you might enjoy this one too. The Department of Justice on Monday fired officials involving the now terminated federal criminal prosecutions of President Donald Trump. Here's Cut 15, CNN announcing exactly what happened. Cut 15 on Trump firing these 12 DOJ officials. Go.
Move to fire, we're told, over a dozen officials who worked on criminal investigations related to President Trump. The acting attorney general sent out a memo earlier notifying them that they are being removed from their positions, saying, quote, "You played a significant role in prosecuting President Trump. The proper functioning of the government critically depends on the trust superior officials place in their subordinates. Given your significant role in prosecuting the president, I do not believe that the leadership of the department can trust you to assist in implementing the president's agenda faithfully."
Yeah, so there you have it. The firings come a week after Trump was sworn in for a second non-consecutive term in the White House. Today, the acting Attorney General, James McHenry, terminated the employment of those DOJ officials. The number and names of the fired officials were not disclosed by the department, but NBC reported that an official familiar with the matter said career prosecutors Molly Gaskin, J.P. Cooney, Anna McNamara, and Mary Doran were among those terminated. Firing prosecutors because of cases they were assigned to work is just unacceptable, according to former U.S. Attorney, and maybe she was fired too, Joyce Vance. Fox News reported earlier that McHenry had fired more than a dozen officials who worked on Smith's prosecutions of Trump. And of course, Smith, who he himself resigned from the DOJ January 10th. But hopefully that won't save him from being investigated himself.
There's some more news on this from Glenn Thrush, who I believe is over at the New York Times. He says Trump's team is transferring the highly regarded, I don't know about that, Bradley Weinsheimer, the top career official at the Justice Department, out of his job as Associate Deputy AG in what is seen as a major move to install loyalists in key decision-making posts. That's from Glenn Thrush at the New York Times. Julie Kelly says, more on the day of the long knives, Weinsheimer granted the DOJ waiver that allowed the J6 committee to compel testimony from Trump DOJ officials. So, also, Julie Kelly today says some of these DOJ hacks are now self-deporting. A few days after being reassigned to a newly created immigration enforcement unit, Corey Amson, who, as head of the DOJ Public Integrity Unit, fought against an FBI probe into Georgia election fraud, quit today. I also hear that since President Trump said that the 80,000 IRS agents that Biden hired or tried to hire, he was going to not only fire them from the IRS job, but maybe move them to the border.
Yeah,
a lot of them have decided to send in their resignation letters as well.
Sounds like a good move.
So it's a good day all around.
Yeah. And the wins just keep on coming, except if you're a fan of NVIDIA. I don't know if anybody out there is invested in this company. Oof. Things didn't go well.
Ouch.
As NVIDIA called DeepSeek's
overreaction
R1 model an excellent AI advancement despite the Chinese startup's emergence, causing the chip maker stock to plunge 17% on Monday. I think they said it was $50 billion they lost. Was it 50?
No, 500 billion. They lost the market cap of Apple today.
That's what I thought I heard, but I'm like, no, I must have heard that right. I must have heard that wrong. It can't be 500
when the market opens, buy. NVIDIA's going
to we don't give financial advice,
right.
But I get what you're saying. It'll always rebound. Tom Lee over at Fundstrat today said this is the biggest overreaction to something since I think he said since the COVID crash, which he thought was an overreaction too, and we all know how that worked out if you bought the dip there. So.
Right. Well, according to this, an NVIDIA spokesperson told CNBC that DeepSeek is an excellent AI advancement and a perfect example of test time scaling. DeepSeek's work illustrates how new models can be created using that technique, leveraging widely available models and compute that is fully export control compliant. I have no idea what that sentence means, and I don't care. The comments come after DeepSeek's release last week when they released R1, which is an open source reasoning model that reportedly outperformed the best models of the U.S. companies such as OpenAI. So lots of nervousness.
All right, we'll get into a little more of this here when we get back. This is an interesting story. It's number one in the Apple and Google Play Store today, this app. But if you're worried about TikTok, not quite sure how you're downloading this, but we'll talk about that when we get back.
Speaking of coffee, I surely have another cup because Delgado woke me up in the car. I fell asleep in the car.
But make one now because the coffee machine takes about 5 minutes to make a cup. That thing's got to go in the garbage. We got to get a good coffee maker, cappuccino or whatever maker here. I want to get the one that the Sheets has.
The Sheets?
But I think it's like $13,000. Probably. It's probably a little extravagant for here, right?
You probably need to get a dedicated hot water line.
We start a GoFundMe for our our Sheets coffee machine.
We'll never get it.
I can't stand the Keurigs. It's almost like you taste the plastic. Keurigs. Oh.
Damon, I'll make your coffee and do your reads. Dave, 1,000 likes, Damon. Oh, let me go check. 1,000? Love it. And we got 15 minutes. That was like 5 minutes.
The audience is
1,000.
It's an
yes.
army. It's an army.
Keep it going. Now, the 30th Amendment, I think, got to 2,000 right after we got off the air. Can we get to 2,000 before we get off the air is the question. End of the first hour? No, let's not get greedy. I told you. I know, I'm going to get rid of that slick.
It's going to be done by Tuesday.
Buy us a Frankie, will you? It's like $13,000.
Yeah.
The one that Sheets has. Could you put it on your American Express Black?
Yeah. Instead of going to the Sphere.
Yeah. I saved you all that money from taking you to the Sphere, so you guys, you and Delgado are not playing 50-cent dollar poker. No limit.
What? That's big stakes, man. Child of the King. Did you read Child of the King?
No.
Super chat.
I haven't even seen a super chat come across my thing here. Damon, get my video lots of likes. It's important.
Child of the King.
Farmer Brook. All right, I'll go take a look.
Thank you, boys, for all the great information.
Well, I just told everybody, so there you go. Everybody go check out Farmer Brook's video.
YT Chat loves you. 2747 from Child of the King.
All right, I just got a text for, I'm assuming, a coffee maker. Let's see here.
Why don't you get a coffee company?
What Raj say? Shopjura.com. I don't know what that is. Well, I want to come up. A Z10 aluminum white. Shop Jura. Let's see. Oh, Aaron's. All right, 13 to the hour live from Studio 6B. So we were talking in the break how we need a new coffee maker here in the studio because our stupid Keurig takes 6 minutes to brew a cup of coffee.
I did it in 3.
Was it 3?
I was able to do it in 3.
It's like 4 minutes.
I left half the coffee on the counter, but I'm here.
It's like, it's legitimately 4 minutes. So, Raj just sent me the Z10 aluminum white Jura. Has anyone ever heard of this?
No.
Jura.
Yeah.
That's only $4,000, Slick. That'll go on the American Express Black, right?
I don't know. I think the Jura's still out on that one too.
All right, the Jura is still out on the Jura.
Have a budget for that.
We'll get back.
We're
to
lucky
that.
we have cups.
Come on.
Yeah, you're right. Come on.
Yeah, it's crap services. Don't worry, we're good.
Yeah, shaft services in full effect here. So. All right, what are we doing? Talking gibberish. 12 minutes till the hour live from Studio 6B. Let's do some more news, Delgado. What else is going on?
I thought you wanted to talk more about this NVIDIA thing.
NVIDIA. So Tom Lee says this is a total, I mean, what do I know about it? Nothing, but Tom Lee knows a lot. Tom Lee says this is a total overreaction. So the idea here is that we spent upwards of, I guess, $6 billion on, or something like that, on ChatGPT, and these guys did this thing for like $6 million. And proved that you don't, I guess the story is that you don't need, what the concern on Wall Street today was that they're proving that you don't need these high-powered, big-time chips like what NVIDIA is designing for the future, which is why they tumbled today. But Tom Lee says that's not the case, and this is a huge, huge overreaction. And then I saw a lot of things today that say, you better hold up before you download this out of the App Store because the word is that this is a Chinese app. This is all China developed. And not only does it take your information, we're worried about TikTok. Supposedly, this thing records your keystrokes.
Oh, nice.
On your phone. So whatever you're keystroking in, whatever you're asking it, or whatever you're doing, it's supposedly recording your keystrokes as well. I don't know if that's true. But is it hard to believe that could be the case? Absolutely not.
Yeah, and that it could be active the entire time, whether you're using it or not. Once you turn it on once, it stays on.
Right. So I think this whole thing will be interesting to see how the market reacts tomorrow, if there's a big bounce back or what more information comes out. But I would certainly not be selling off or thinking that somehow the future has changed for NVIDIA. But that's just me. All right, 10 minutes to the hour. What else is going on in the news?
All right. Well, President Trump scored a win. I don't know if you were paying attention over the weekend as
which one of about 100
taking on the country of Colombia as they agreed now to accept the migrant flights in the face of tariff threats.
Talk about glorious. This is one of the more glorious. I don't know. I think the whole thing was maybe 2 hours.
Yeah, I think I saw it late Sunday, and then by 10 p.m. It was already over.
Yeah.
Colombia's president announced the government was declining to accept U.S. flights carrying deported migrants. Well, that quickly changed.
Real quick.
President Trump scored that victory Sunday night in a showdown with the Colombian president as they then agreed to accept the migrant deportation flights from the United States after being threatened with tariffs and other penalties. Let's face it, if you're a country like Colombia, the United States is your biggest customer. Why would you piss them off? I guess a few people gave that Colombian president a call and said, "Hey, stupid, just take the prisoners back."
Speaking of coffee, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's a big export.
White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt announced Trump was suspending his plan to impose those tariffs on Colombia after they bent to U.S. pressure. Just another example of the bully pulpit. We saw him wield it on the the Bank of America CEO last week in Davos.
Yep.
And did you remember seeing this when he was in North Carolina? This is cut number 14. He had one of the homeowners who had, suffered, months ago. They put in a claim. And then when he goes and uses the power of the presidency to call these people out, I'm sure this insurance company was not expecting this. Cut 14. Check this out and see for yourself.
So we've been doing a little bit of battling with our insurance and FEMA. We did have proper insurance with flood insurance and homeowners insurance. But since we had proper insurance, FEMA's not been able to assist us with a whole lot of things. And again, we've been having some issues with trying to get some payout for our insurance in a timely manner.
Watch what he does.
We had to do mold mitigation on our home, which is extremely expensive, before the structural engineer even came out in order to get our flood payout. And to me, that was not really acceptable.
Has the insurance company been responsive or not really?
Not so much. Again,
to give you the money they have to give you.
I'm hoping so. And we need some assistance with that. We reached out to an attorney.
What's the name of the insurance company?
North Carolina Farm Bureau.
There it is. The last thing you want to hear.
That's what we're after here.
Is the President of the United States calling your insurance company terrible on national TV.
Woof.
While the guy is standing there with his family holding his child.
There's not an ad campaign that cover that one.
Exactly.
No way.
You know, we saw what we did to the mayor, what's her name?
Yeah, Karen Bass in L.A.
Karen Bass in L.A. talking about the insurance companies. Like, you drove them out of here. Not that the insurance companies are great.
Yeah.
But you drove them out. You made it impossible. We have been talking about that for car insurance there for a while as well. It's these central planners think they can control the entire market. They can't. And this is the consequence of it.
And what he did last week in Davos by calling out the banking, debanking conservatives.
I mean, by the way, that speech was outstanding, right? Did you guys? I'm sure you went over it. It started out kind of nice, and the further he went into it, the more he was like just a bull in a china shop, just throwing like luggage all over the place. Like, he was a beast. There, I loved every bit of that.
I mean, the Colombia thing this weekend is really the perfect education in not only FAFO, F around and find out. Yeah. But really more of, it just shows you the last 4 years specifically, but even back to Obama, people like this around the world, they just steamrolled over the U.S. They had no concern about calling them out. They had no concern about acting like they were on the same level as us. They're like on the same on par with the U.S. because we had presidents that ran around the world apologizing for us.
Yeah, how about bowing to world leaders when
exactly.
Obama got in?
I mean, so they had no fear of us. You think Obama would ever put out a tweet that said, "I was just informed that 2 repatriation flights from the U.S. with a large number of illegal criminals were not allowed to land. The order was given by the socialist president, who was already very unpopular amongst his people. His denial of these flights has jeopardized the national security and public safety of the U.S. So I've directed my administration to immediately take the following urgent and decisive retaliatory measures." Emergency 25% tariffs on all goods coming into the U.S. In 1 week, that goes to 50%. A travel ban and immediate visa revocation on the Colombian government officials and all allies and supporters. So your visas are pulled. Get out. Visa sanctions on all party members, family members, and supporters of the Colombian government. Enhanced custom and border protection inspections on all Colombian nationals and cargo on national security grounds. Treasury, banking, and financial sanctions to be fully imposed. These measures are just the beginning. We will not allow this government to violate its legal obligations with regard to acceptance and return of criminals they forced into the U.S. And about 7 seconds later, the guy said, "Well, you know what? Maybe I'll send my plane and help you get them out of there, Mr. President."
Now that you put it that way,
and now that I've thought about the fact that, refined crude oil. Oh, you're the biggest exporter into our country, and we're the biggest exporter of that to your country. So maybe I want to rethink this because we're not quite on par. As we steal from you and your citizens, and then send criminals into your country to kill your citizens. Yeah, maybe I'll rethink that because maybe you're rethinking your relationship with us. I mean, that was just an absolute lesson in, And then he posted, of course, a picture of him in a Al Capone hat with a sign that said FAFO on his Truth Social.
You don't care.
It's glorious.
That's just...
Shit they were talking about.
You guys are upset about increase in prices, and you're hypocrites. What? Oh,
I think Valentine's Day will look just fine. Thanks.
Yeah.
We'll give up a few roses for getting the murderers out. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, liberals already pay $8 for coffee at Starbucks. So.
Hey, Damon, I sent you a text.
Hey,
hey, that was 1 hour.
Hey,
that's the Duro. Yeah. He said it's 4 dimes.
That was fast.
It's good to be Roger, huh? I still got my 40-year-old.
No, friend, we're not blocking anybody on anything.
All right, I told him I'd check.
I got my 40-year-old Corningware
I'll
percolator.
Check again and make sure, but I don't even know how to do that. I mean, it would have to be so egregious. I think we have some preset language things in there, maybe, but I don't think.
I don't know if I want to do this Harvard story. It's just too volatile. I'm not reading. I'll find something.
Why? What's it?
Because anything with Israel scares the daylights out of me. Last thing I want to do is see you get like the pain in the like.
We're at 1.1 thousand, 1,100 likes. Trying to shoot for 2,000 before the end of the show. Was that your version of
Bidenism with numbers there? What'd you say?
1.1 thousand?
1.1 thousand?
Whatever it was.
That's 100 billion.
1.1 G's?
Yeah.
Is that better?
Yeah.
A dime ski?
A dime. Yeah.
See?
We're at
a dime ski?
100 million billion?
100 million.
With a gazillion on top.
Boom. Let's go to the X comments. Make Karen Town a regular, perhaps feature Rachel Maddow and Mika.
Karen Town could be a good new one for us, actually. Karen Town could be there could be some legs to that. The theme song could be ZZ Top. She's got legs.
What she's doing is not even close to journalism, not even a little bit. Yeah, exactly. She has no intentions of doing anything journalism.
Nope, that would not even a little. It's scary that that's what they call news.
All right, hour 2 live from Studio 6B, 9 p.m. on the East Coast. Glad you're in. Man, I'm a segment behind. I thought this was the end of the first hour. Now we're already into the second hour.
Wow. Moving fast, Big D.
It always does. Seems to move quicker and quicker every night. Slickster's here. He's going to do some sports. Rick Delgado is going to do some more news. Why are you laughing?
Before you know it, it'll be a 3-hour show.
Paul Nolan's here. He's got some thoughts on some things coming up here in just a second. Aaron and Fran holding it down as well. Glad you're in. Make sure you follow us on our social media at LFS6B. We posted our Karen Town, Crazy Town, now called Karen Town, maybe. Slick likes the idea of changing it to Karen Town.
I know.
Yeah. And just featuring the Karen between Kristen Welker and Margaret Brennan. I didn't even touch that freakazoid over on ABC who had Tom Homan on. What's her name?
And if you're ever in a pinch, you can get Joy Reid or the entire View.
Yeah. Well, they don't even lend itself to. I mean, they're
You could also add
Raditz, Martha Raditz. Oh God,
we'll get hit with an
you could also add Jim Acosta to that list.
Yeah,
it's true.
That would make it great. Now we're not misogynist. We got to put Brian Stelter on there.
You know what? Let them try to define.
Exactly.
Right. That's a good point.
What Jim Acosta is.
We're safe. Never mind.
Right.
That legal team.
Didn't he just get let go? They just switched him from.
They switched him to like midnight or something. Yeah. I think he's a little upset by that.
With the infomercials.
He connects more in the airports after midnight, so that's what they're probably thinking. So. Lots to get to in hour 2, but my point being that we posted that Karen Town on our X at LFS6B, and if you could go like and share, we would much appreciate it. 1,100 of you have liked it so far. We're trying to get to 2,000 before the end of the show. We'll get into some other news. I still have yet to really dig into the 14th Amendment, birthright citizenship, which I want to do. So maybe we'll try to get into some of that here in hour 2. But Paul Nolan's here, and he has so you have some story that you were listening to when you got in here about something that's going on at one of the colleges again?
Well, Harvard University has settled 2 lawsuits with the Jewish groups that claimed the school had not taken appropriate steps to keep its campus from becoming a hostile environment for Jewish and Israeli students in the aftermath of the the October 7th attacks.
What gave him that idea?
Yeah, not January 6th. So this is a complete assault on free speech. So I'll read a little bit about this article. This is from the Christian Conservative. Harvard agreed to unspecified monetary payout and to hire an administrator to consult on all complaints of anti-Semitism and to pursue a new partnership with an Israeli university. The school also agreed to draft an annual report for the next 5 years that details its response to discrimination and harassment. As part of the settlement, Harvard also agreed to adopt International Holocaust Remembrance Alliance, which is the IHRA definition of anti-Semitism. And the controversial definition, which critics say squashes dissent of Israel, offers several examples of anti-Semitism that the claim of the existence of the state of Israel is a racist endeavor. So you're not allowed to say one thing if you have any opinion, and it goes on, and it gets crazy as this thing goes on. Because anything you want to say about America or any other country is fine, but if you replace the word Israel in there, you will be fined. You will be evicted from Harvard, and this is going to.
This is part of a settlement, like they're admitting they're wrong, and this is what they're throwing in. This doesn't. What am I missing here?
Well, they're going to protect themselves from losing all their Jewish donors, I believe.
But how are they doing that? By changing the definition? Maybe I'm not hearing this right.
Here's this. So the university. Well, you're hearing it right, but it's just so far out there that the language of this these rules. it gets crazier and crazier the deeper you get into it. It's an endless assault on free speech. So the university also must post on its website the following statement. For many Jewish people, Zionism is part of their Jewish identity. Conduct that would violate the non-discrimination policy of targeting Jewish or Israeli people can also violate the policy directed towards Zionists. We are committed to ensuring our Jewish community is embraced, respected, and can thrive at Harvard, the Harvard University statement had said. We are resolute in our efforts to confront anti-Semitism and will continue to implement robust steps to maintain a welcoming, open, and safe campus environment for every student who feels a sense of belonging. Today's settlement reflects our dedication and the mission. So this is a really big story, but it keeps going on about things you can't say. And the list of things that cannot be said get to a level of impossibility. So no matter what happens, you cannot say any criticism of Israel or, anything about a Jewish person. So, for example, if you say Trump is Hitler, if you say Trump is the devil, he's a fascist, anything you say about the Holocaust, anything whatsoever would be deemed as a violation, and you're out of Harvard. You lose your right to go there. You're out. But if you replace, but you could say it with anything you want.
Right.
So
anything
it's it's just a full-blown precedent and assault on free speech that that Yale will do it next. And then once it leaves the Ivy Leagues, it'll start hitting schools like Stanford and Michigan and all the biggest universities. And eventually I just think it'll create a cavalcade of restrictions on free speech, and then the next thing will be, you can't say this about this group, and you can't say this about this, and eventually it will be a slippery slope where eventually you can't criticize your own government.
Yep.
And again, I am a free speech absolutist. I don't believe you can be a constitutionalist and have it's okay to restrict that speech because I don't like it at any cost.
Yeah, you can't have carve-outs.
Yeah,
just because your feelings might get hurt.
My rule on free speech is simple. The only way to combat evil, dark speech is more speech, because two things happen. These people expose themselves for who they are, and now you can't have any hypocritical behavior that leads into, real draconian law. So I thought this story was worth sharing, but I also, not going to lie, I'm afraid that this show could be hurt by someone who says, this guy's an anti-Semite, which I'm not. I just think all governments are inherently going to be corrupt and evil, and you should be allowed to, correct, discuss, and observe all of their actions. And this really makes it nearly impossible to observe any action that Israel might do that might be construed as
like you said, unethical. It sounds to me like you're making much more of an argument about free speech than anything else.
That's all it is, and I just want to be clear about that. I don't want any trouble from the Defamation League, the ADL. Leave me alone. Just saying.
Yeah. All right, 7 minutes past the hour, live from Studio 6B. Anything else caught your attention in the news, Paulie, since we saw you last?
Well, I saw Mike Johnson. I wanted to grab this. Mike Johnson seems to be playing ball. Speaking of Mike Johnson, suggested countries follow the Colombian offerings of the presidential planes for deportations. Is Mike Johnson trying to get full MAGA here?
I don't know. The House seems like they're in total disarray still to me. Johnson hasn't really had to do much yet. We'll see what happens with reconciliation. That's going to be the real first big test of Johnson. Right now everybody's focused on the Senate and Thune and getting these nominations through. And, of course, people like Lindsey Graham and what's going to happen this week with RFK. Although I read something today that they think RFK may have secured the votes, even besides Mike Pence out there actively spending money and going against RFK, trying to tank him. Sounds like he may have the votes. Now, Tulsi and Cash, I don't know what the situation there is, but you, again, already starting to hear Lindsey Graham types out there. Well, I don't know. Susan Collins already talking about she doesn't like either one of them, Tulsi or Cash. So you got to figure she's a no on both. Murkowski figures the same. And I saw something today. Collins or Murkowski, one of those two losers, put out a statement with the
Democrats, right?
No, with the green something on Greenland.
Oh, right.
With Denmark's.
Yeah. Right. With the the Danish ambassador or something like that.
Something. Yeah. Why is a sitting U.S. senator putting out a joint statement with another country? Wouldn't that be the president's job?
You would think.
What the hell is she doing? So I have no idea what's going on there. So, anyways, to your point, Paul, I don't know what Johnson's deal is. Johnson wants to, I see up there with Trump, and Trump's dancing, and Johnson's trying to act cool and big handshake with him and trying to be in with him still, but I don't trust John. We'll just see. We'll just see it. We've got him, so we got to have to deal with it. So it's like Thune. Not a huge fan of him either, but we've got him, so we got to deal with him. And we've got to try to push him to do the best we can and get the things through that we need to get through.
Well, Trump is definitely coming through like a bull at a China shop. He's got the heavy hand, like the bully pulpit, as you said. And I think guys like Johnson are going to. He just wants his political career to survive. That's all he cares about. So he'll just do whatever the political winds tell him to do, and he'll follow. I think he'll play ball, but I'll never trust him. I'll never respect him.
Well, we'll see what happens. Look no further, by the way, if you want to see the Republican Party and what's going on, look no further than what's going on in Florida right now. Here you have a once-in-a-generation, maybe once-in-a-lifetime chance to really alter the face of the country with immigration and what President Trump wants. President Trump has played golf with the governor of Florida. They spoke on the phone today. The governor of Florida has put up some of the toughest immigration enforcement policies that he wants passed in preparation to help the federal government and what Trump wants. And you have Republican-led opposition saying, ooh, the governor is being too harsh. If police officers come across an apartment full of gang members, no, we don't want them to have the ability to call ICE and get rid of them right away. This is what's going on in Florida. This is the Republican Party, the Republican legislature, supermajorities in Florida. They're trying to gut the governor's and the president of the United States' policies on enforcement on the ground. And let's face it, what Tom Homan is doing is fantastic. This is what people voted for. This is what the president wants. But let's be honest, and I've said this all along, Tom Homan and his people doing the best job they could ever do are not deporting all the people that came here under Biden. They're not even going to get close, especially if the numbers are 800, 900, 1,000 a day. If they do that every day for his whole presidency, that ends up being, I think, about 800,000, 1 million people. You do the math. I saw the math done somewhere today. 98% of these encounters are going to happen at the local level with local police, local officials on the ground. If they're not empowered by the state and by the governor to have enforcement actions, to be able to take enforcement action on the scene as they encounter these people, how do you ever reshape immigration, what it looks like right now in the country?
Well said.
He's trying to lead in Florida with the president on his back. They're joint at the hip on this. They've played golf. They talk. President's come out and said, this is the way. Support for Ron. And you have the Republican-led supermajorities in Florida putting up opposition. They want to give it to the Secretary of Agriculture in their bill. Is that a department that's known for having big immigration policy? And they want to gut all the enforcement. If you register as an illegal to vote in Florida, they don't want to make it a crime. That's in the bill. So if you're in Florida listening to this show and you voted to put the Republican in office because they talked tough when Biden was in there for 4 years from the cheap seats and said, we can't have that. You need to call them because what's going on there is a joke.
Yep. Call and email. And then call again. Rattle the cage.
I'd like to make a coffee, but I don't have 15 minutes to do it, so I guess I'll just maybe settle for a water.
We're out of water.
Delgado really in Damon. He's off his meds again. That's in the Getter chat.
What was that?
Trackman in the Getter chat says, Delgado really in Damon. He's off his meds again.
I'm off my meds again?
Yeah, you're off your meds again.
Okay, someone who's in line, I guess, with what's going on in Florida.
Yeah.
Yes, so I don't know.
Way to go, Lefty.
Trackman. He's a regular.
I'm just kidding.
on the YouTube.
Oh, speaking of, here we go. Here's the guy himself. Put this up, Aaron. Yellow. I can't hear this, and I can't hear you.
I'm not getting any audio from you.
Really? You just were, right?
I was before, yeah.
Okay. Let's try another one. See if you get the clip, or is it me? Are you getting audio here?
I was getting noise. Now I'm getting nothing.
Child of the King is asking in the YouTube chat, Big D. Sorry for the spamming chat. I'm trying to get their attention at Rick Amorati, Rick Delgado, Papa Nolan. How much for a new coffee maker? Ooh, Child of the King. What coffee maker were you ordering, Big D?
Do you make? Do we talk about this? You make coffee the way I do, percolator.
How about now?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
I still.
That's one of the perks.
Let me hear this.
You're right.
It's
Nobody wants this back and forth bickering. Everybody follows social media. There's no need to have, to say this is a rhino bill or Wilton Simpson because he's Secretary of Agriculture is a fox lead in the hen house. People don't listen. I served with him when he was the Senate president. He is he has integrity. He's one of the most ethical guys I know. Listen, he wants to move up. He wants to move up in the political system. If he gets this opportunity, he's going to be able to prove to Trump that he is worthy of moving up and getting his support for whatever he wants to do. I don't know if that's going to happen or not. But listen, Wilton Simpson will exceed all expectations. That's what. And I'm shocked that people are using him as an argument. And the guy is a statewide elected official, extremely successful,
Secretary of Agriculture,
and he's a winner, and he's going to deliver.
Oh, because he's a winner. This is this guy. This is the guy who's putting up all the problems in Florida. This is the rhino guy.
But you heard what he said, because he wants something bigger out of his career. He wants to get out of agriculture. It's all about making a name for himself.
Child of the King wants to know, so how much for the coffee machine?
Well, it's a new day in America. A new administration in Washington, D.C. There's a lot of excitement and optimism about the future, but the reality is there's still a lot of work to do, especially when it comes to fixing our broken healthcare system. The truth is that the forces that are responsible for breaking our healthcare system aren't going to simply go away. The challenges our system faces won't disappear overnight. Now more than ever, you need to be prepared. And that's where the Wellness Company comes in. Their doctors are medical professionals that you can trust. And their line of prescription medical kits are the gold standard when it comes to keeping you safe and healthy. Whether it's the medical emergency kit, the contagion kit, the first aid kit, or the travel kit, these prescription kits contain an assortment of life-saving medications, and they give you a guidebook to assist in the proper use of the medications. So from flu to strep throat, from COVID to bird flu, from a trip to the beach or a trip overseas, the Wellness Company has a prescription kit designed to keep you and your family safe. Make America healthy again starts at home. Do your part and protect the health of you and your family. Go to twc.health/voice. twc.health/voice today and order one of these kits. That's twc.health/voice and use promo code VOICE to save an additional 10%. Well, let me talk to you about our friends at Birch Gold. Increased tariffs on our trade partners, tax cuts, regulation changes. Learn why gold is a viable diversification tactic now more than ever. Birch Gold, the only gold company that you could trust, is releasing their ultimate guide for gold in the Trump era with a foreword written by Donald Trump Jr. To get your free copy along with Birch Gold's free information kit on gold, text America to the number 989898. Here are the facts. The national debt continues to increase. The interest payments on the debt continue to increase. Gold is still your hedge against the weakened dollar. Birch Gold's still the company you could trust to convert an existing IRA or 401k into an IRA tax sheltered in gold. Text America to 989898 for your free copy of the ultimate guide to gold in the Trump era. There's no obligation, only information. Birch Gold has an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau, thousands of satisfied customers, countless 5-star reviews. You too can trust Birch Gold. Text the word America and send it to the number 989898 and do it today. All right, 19 past the hour, live from Studio 6B. Let's do some sports. Sports is brought to you by Mike Lindell. LFS6B is the promo code to use at checkout if you shop at MyPillow. All the great stuff they have there. If you're in the market for a mattress, I just ordered 2 queen-size mattresses from Mike Lindell, and they're coming tomorrow.
Ooh, really?
And one for my son and one for the downstairs guest room.
Why? Are you getting a free shirt?
Well, that's a good point. I'm gonna send it to Aaron, and I'm gonna request 2 shirts. So we'll see what she.
Did you use our code at checkout, or did you?
What is our code?
Let's do some sports, and here is with Slickster, what's going on?
All right, Big D, let's get back to business. We got to go to the scoreboard. Division I men's basketball right now heating up. Ohio State 45-32 over Iowa, 12 to go there in the second half. Just at the end of the first half, we got North Carolina State, NC State over Duke, 35-26. That would be number 2 Duke right now. 9-point trail there going into the half. We have Michigan earlier today, 76-72 over Penn State. That is a final. UCLA, USC coming up at 10 p.m. tip-off and 10:30 tip-off. Arizona hosting Iowa State. That'd be number 3, Iowa State. The great state of Iowa, right, Rick?
Oh,
NHL, we love Iowa. NHL action on the ice. Red Wings 4-2 over the Kings in Detroit. 5 to go there in the third. Also 5 to go in the third. Flyers down in Philly leading the Devils 3-1. Canucks 4-1 over the Blues. 39 seconds to go there in the second period. And at 9:30, we got the Oilers hosting the Kraken and the Sharks. And do you know the way to San Jose hosting the Penguins at 10:30. NBA action. Lakers 110-104 over the Hornets. 24 seconds to go there in the fourth. Celtics up by 1 over the Rockets. 86-85, 38 to go there in the third. End of 3. The Knicks in control over the Grizzlies. 102-84 in the Garden. Knicks looking good, Rick. Magic's 86-79 over the Heat. Just at the end of the third there. And mid-third, we have the Nets right now trailing the Kings 74-71. And President Trump, he was watching football yesterday a little bit in between his busy schedule. And President Trump congratulates the Chiefs and their fantastic fans on the AFC title win. Warner Todd Houston, a Breitbart. President Donald Trump took to his Truth Social account to post a hearty congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs for winning the AFC title on Sunday. The Chiefs are heading to their 3rd Super Bowl in a row. The Chiefs beat the Buffalo Bills in a close 32-29 final on Sunday, sending Patrick Mahomes and crew to the Super Bowl once again. And if they win, they will be the first NFL team ever to win 3 in a row. I told you that at the top when I top of sports segment there. Congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs. What a great team. Coach, quarterback, and virtually everything else, including those fantastic fans that voted for me in record numbers, he wrote on Truth Social and also on X. TMZ noted. The Chiefs have been one of the most winning teams in recent memory. They have battled their way to the Super Bowl 4 out of the last 6 years running and have won 3 of those games so far, though only 2 of them have been back-to-back. Trump didn't leave the Buffalo Bills hanging either. He also congratulated them for their outstanding season. Likewise, congratulations to the Buffalo Bills on a tremendous season. They will do a lot of winning into the future, the president noted. However, while Donald Trump seems excited about the coming Super Bowl, many others claim that the AFC game was rigged in favor of the Chiefs. Many fans took to social media to rail against the NFL and the officiating, claiming that the game was badly called, unfairly giving the Chiefs the upper hand. The refs were blasted so much that a vision care company, LASIK, jumped to its own X account to offer the refs free eye care. LASIK.com. Nominate a referee and get $1,000 off for your LASIK at LASIK.com. Must mention this promotion and be treated by February 2025 to qualify. $1,000 off, $500 per eye. Standard price of wave light procedure cannot be combined with any other offers. So free LASIK, Big D, for the rest. What do you like that, Paul? I
love it. It's good marketing. I don't agree, but it's good marketing.
It's great marketing.
I mean, there's games that the refs were way worse than that game.
I want you to look up the third down, first down. I'm disgusted by it. I'm not going to lie. I am. And I didn't have a lot of skin because I had him on the back end of my teaser, so it didn't matter. I already lost.
Right.
Didn't matter. I was done. Yeah, but I still thought it was
you were already 3 Doritos deep by that time point. Yeah, you didn't care. It didn't matter. But
didn't matter to me.
We'll see. Well, we're going to be talking a lot about the Super Bowl Big Deep. I'm going to throw it back to you. That's a wrap in sports.
All right, Slick. Very good. Sports is brought to you by Mike Lindell. LFS6B is the code to use. Let's do some news. News is brought to you by Freedom Force Nutrition. Delgado's got it. What's going on?
All right. Well, you were talking about that joint statement between a U.S. senator and Danish lawmaker issued earlier today. It happened to be Senator Lisa Murkowski the Republican out of Alaska, as she joined a Danish lawmaker on Monday to push back against President Trump's continued insistence that the U.S. control Greenland as is necessary for American national security. Murkowski.
Imagine getting your seat from your father because the voters wouldn't put you in and holding it all this time and then thinking you're this important and you're really just, oh my God, it's just so brutal.
Murkowski has publicly disagreed with Trump in the past, and Aja Chemnitz, who represents Greenland in the Danish parliament, said in a joint statement that Americans should work to view Greenland as a partner, not as a potential asset, blah, blah, blah. As legislators representing Greenland and Denmark and the United States, we see a better path forward. The two lawmakers wrote in a statement. Who cares? They said they understand why Trump, as a businessman, would be interested in acquiring Greenland, but they said the issue has been settled. Oh, it's been settled. The appeal of Greenland is easy to understand, they wrote. They wrote a long letter here. It's strategically located for defense, shipping, and more. It's also a storehouse of all sorts of minerals, building blocks of society, and will determine who leads and controls the industries of the future. So there you have it. Lisa Murkowski doing her best to become a Democrat right in front of your eyes. So,
well, more importantly, like who would think that anyone would care how she weighs in on it?
Right.
We want to know why the president wants it. Is there something he knows that's going on that maybe you don't know? He's privy to a lot more information than you are. Maybe his acting and pushing on this so quickly is actually there's something going on that's maybe not that great, and he feels like he needs a strategic move. Who knows?
Why is she interfering?
But why would you interfere in a joint statement with another country? And bigger the question is, why do you think anybody gives a damn what you think? All right, live from Studio 6B, 26 past the hour. We'll do some more news when we get back right after this.
Hey, did those stogies come?
No.
I heard something about stogies
It would go to
coming.
Slick. It would go to Slick.
Oh, nah. Ooh, where they send? Oh, they're sending them to my Holbrook address. I haven't been there in about a week.
Super chats. Jargus Hunter, $5. I think you went over this one. Check out Melania's new official White House photo. What a first lady. Absolute killer photo. I think we're beginning to see a different Melania this term.
I agree with that.
Jargus, again, $5. LFS6B Superfan and Rav Evangelist. God bless you guys. And Rav, hit me up if you're ever in NOLA.
NOLA?
Oh, there you go. Super Bowl time. Dinner and jazz on me. Always in my prayers. Patriot flag guy. Okay, very good. Thank you.
Patriot flag guy. How do you like the snow?
Child of the King, 2747. Thank you, boys, for all the great information you are always bringing us. YouTube chat loves you. Thank you, Child of the King, as always.
As always.
Haley H. became a member of the YouTube channel.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome
She's a good
to
follower.
Crazy Town. Thank
Good
you,
follower.
Haley H. And Mary Lynn Schwoob, I believe is how you pronounce it. $10 super chat. Our LFS6B hosts are the best. Thank you very much. So
We'll
thank
be
you to
eating pizza.
everybody.
We're going to be eating pizza for a long time here on this show. I love it.
Yeah, I'm not really quite thrilled. It's Pizza Fridays.
Well, you don't come in Fridays.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
What's holding you back? We're
Too
here.
bad on you.
Come on, Paul.
I gotta.
I know you go out for a nice dinner date probably Friday. Yeah,
I did.
Yeah, I know. You're living good. You eat a lot better than pizza, I bet. I hope I should say.
That's right.
Pasta vajol.
I had that last night, actually.
Man, I tell you, where's my crystal ball? I can only pick games like I can pick dinners.
Hey, Slick. T. Pontorno on the Rumble chat says, FYI, Slick Rick, Packers won 3 championships in a row under Lombardi, including the first 2 Super Bowls.
Yes, they did win the first 2 Super Bowls.
So the Packers are the only franchise at this point to have won 3 championships in a row.
But they're only counting Super Bowls. They're not counting championship games, which is wrong because that's a good point.
Wait,
and
the Patriots didn't win 3?
No, not in a row. Not in a row. They won. What did they win?
in a row?
They won. What did they win? 6. They won 6 altogether, but nobody won 3 in a row.
I thought they had one.
No, Dallas Cowboys won 2 in a row too, and they won.
Hey, how about the Dallas Cowboys new hire? A guy who's been in the league 28 years and never been a head coach.
That was a real shoddy pick. Yeah, this is his nickname, Brian Shoddy. But no, you know what? I saw the press conference today. Boy, Jerry, something wrong with Jerry.
Yeah, he's an idiot.
I know that. No, there's something.
That's why your team sucks.
There's something else there.
You're not even going to try to defend this hire, please. Stop.
He's going to try.
Stop it right now.
He's looking for the.
Stop it before you have to go.
Great Marty Schottenheimer's son. Good genes.
He's looking for that glass half full.
Good genes.
We all should. That's what we do.
30 minutes past the hour, live from Studio 6B on a Monday. Real America's Voice. Glad you're in. Slick Rick's doing sports. Rick Delgado's doing some news. Paul Nolan's got some news as well. Aaron and Fran holding it down as always. Sean Duffy's nomination for Secretary of Transportation passed unanimously through the Senate tonight. 60, where's the votes here? I don't know the number, but he will obviously get approved as well. So the big ones this week obviously are if we're going to get a Kash Patel, Pam Bondi, RFK, Tulsi Gabbard. So still a lot of big ones here.
Pam Bondi's going to have no
to
problem.
Get through.
She's going to she'll sail right through, right?
I would suspect she will get approved, sail right through. I don't know if those are the words I'd use.
Okay.
Given again just what we see from the Republican Party, I think she is the easiest one left. I mean, Sean Duffy, people like that are going to fly through, obviously. But of the challenging ones,
right, the big names,
the ones that are Billboard names, I think she's the easiest one to get through. I think she will get through.
And the most important for us, would you say, is Kash? I mean, I love RFK, but I'm thinking
Kash the most important.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I think. I mean, just the nature of the job. I think he's the most important, but I think Tulsi is too.
And his history, though, like what he did with Devin Nunes and how he broke, how much work he did to expose the lies of Schiff and the rest of the lowlifes. So I would love to see him. He's got a dearth of dirt.
Now, there's some attack on him today. I don't know if it's a procedural nonsense that the Democrats are bringing up. I didn't read it. I just saw it, and I didn't want to even give it. I probably should have, but I just saw. I think it was from Dick Durbin, so I just said, "Please, I'm not going to bother." But did you see this today at all?
No, I didn't see that at all.
Something that they said Kash did, or something that's
they're reaching.
Trying to
racist. He killed a puppy.
No, it's something.
He didn't flush.
Yeah, something like that. I'll look it up, though. But why don't we do some news, and then I'll look it up. 32 past the hour. What's going on, Delgado?
All right. Well, somebody we were talking about a little earlier, maybe being a part of Carentown, may not be available now, according to this, as Jim Acosta is expected to leave CNN.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, according to Oliver Darcy, another loser. Darcy, the former CNN reporter,
Darcy's the worst.
on Monday night said the 18-year veteran of the network has indicated to associates that he plans to leave the network after being removed from his 10 a.m. weekday slot and set into midnight at 12 a.m. to 2, the graveyard shift, basically. Jim Acosta expected to exit. The anchor, I'm told, signaled to associates in private conversations over the weekend that he intends to depart the network after its chief executive, Mark Thompson, booted him from the morning programming lineup, a move that conspicuously coincided with Donald Trump's return to power. CNN's brass, as first reported earlier this month, decided to strip Acosta of his 10 a.m. show, which he has anchored to great rating success over I don't know who they're talking about there, over the last 11 months. Acosta instead was offered the less than desirable option of anchoring a show from midnight to 2 a.m. when even less people are watching, the low-rated CNN. So there you have it. Looks like Jim Acosta will be, I don't know, from what I understand, McDonald's is hiring.
So it was Little Dick who put it out. I thought it was. I found it here. Addressed to Brian Driscoll, Acting Director of FBI, Marco Rubio, Secretary of State, Pete Hegseth, Secretary of Defense, David Lebrick, Acting Secretary of the Treasury. Well, now you have an actually Treasury Secretary. This is from Little Dick. Little Dick says, I have recently received highly credible information revealing that while serving in the first Trump administration's National Security Council, Kash Patel broke protocol regarding hostage rescues by publicly commenting without authorization on the then in-progress retrieval of 2 Americans held captive by Iranian-backed militias in Yemen in October of 2020.
Yeah, I heard this is an old story. I think they're just trying to revive this.
This is from today.
No, I'm saying, but that allegation is an old allegation that's already been answered.
Ezra Cohen says this letter is based on a core misunderstanding of how the interagency, and in particular, how the HRFC works. As the senior director for counterterrorism on the National Security Staff, Kash Patel was lead for the president on all hostage recovery matters. The same document that formed the HRFC tasked the senior director with providing oversight of the whole of government hostage recovery efforts. There is no foul here in Kash's action.
Yeah.
So, but this is going to be, again, expect, who knows? He went to some party back when he was 15. You can expect to maybe hear something on that. It's all going to, it's all going to fly here in the next coming weeks. Is their last desperate ditch effort to try to derail Kash because they know what's coming.
Yeah, he's a terrorist. Watch. He's a terrorist.
Let's see. Talking about, let's see. Let's go with immigration, shall we? There's a lot on that. President Donald Trump earlier today suggested, check this out, removing serial American criminals from the United States and imprisoning them in another country for a fee. Believe it or not. Hey, there's new ideas coming fast and furious. Trump revealed his idea while addressing the House Republican Conference at his Doral Golf Club earlier today. He zoned in on violent criminals who have lengthy rap sheets, noting some have over 30 or 40 arrests under their belts. He says we also have many violent criminals in our country, however, that did not necessarily come here illegally, but they've been arrested 30, 40 times. Then he highlighted heinous crimes ranging from murder and pushing people in front of subways. I don't want these violent repeat offenders in our country any more than I want illegals from other countries who misbehave. And I would say this could be subject, if it's approved, that they've been arrested many, many times. Maybe we get them out of the country. And basically, he said America would pay a very small fee to a foreign land that would house the worst criminals.
Start sending them to penal colonies.
Yeah.
Imagine if he was to do that, and the income tax. Is there how much stone is left on Mount Rushmore?
Yeah.
To carve a new face in, because that would be about where he should be.
Yeah. Border agents.
That is a great idea. And by the way, while we're speaking of great ideas in this administration, I just want to point out J.D. Vance, when he talked about the Catholic Church and the charities with Margaret Brennan, was the absolute best part of that interview, because he absolutely nailed it, what's going on there. Catholic Church is great on life and other things, but they are terrible when it comes to immigration. And he absolutely nailed it, and he wasn't afraid to say it. And I thought that was one of the highlights of the whole thing, was that exchange on that.
Yeah, and it probably comes down from the Vatican. So, border agents record shockingly low number of illegal crossings 1 week into the second Trump presidency. The number has been more than halved in the final days of the Biden administration. Less than 600 people crossed illegally into the U.S. from Mexico on Sunday, a stunningly low number since President Trump took office just a week ago. Sources tell Fox News that not a single one of the 9 sectors received more than 200 crossings on January 6th, and the number of daily encounters only reached 582 in total. The Del Rio sector, which is the same sector that would sustain over 4,000 crossings a day during Biden's regime, only recorded 60 crossings. For comparison, the daily number of border encounters in the final days of the Biden White House teetered between 12 to 1,400 a day. The numbers have fallen even further since January 20th, according to this Fox News digital exclusive, where they found the numbers running this low. So another piece of great news, and Tom Homan is out there doing the do, and you've got people basically afraid. He could be looking to deploy troops to assist the border agents in their job as well. And then, of course, you've got Selena Gomez crying. So,
oh my God, did you see? I mean, that's just. Meanwhile, she's half Italian. The Mexican part of her dad, from my understanding, was never even part of her. He wasn't even in her life. So what the hell is she talking about?
Right.
My people.
My people.
What a joke. I mean,
social
get over yourself.
Exactly.
So here she is, cut number 10.
Oh, you got to be kidding.
Oh, no.
Cut number 10. As Selena Gomez.
Oh, she's not singing.
She's not singing, unfortunately.
I hope this
it would
is
be
one of the
better
good
off.
versions.
Don't
with
make me
Trump.
sing.
But she's basically a terrible actress. Check this out. Cut 10.
Oh,
Just wanted to say that I'm so sorry.
She's got stupid
people are
crying
getting
face.
attacked. Children. I don't understand.
Yeah, because you're a moron.
I'm so sorry. I wish I could do something, but I can't. I don't know.
You
what
could.
to
You could put
do.
some in your hand.
All right, let's
Remake Tears of a Clown. That's a good song.
All right, Aaron, please as quickly as you can. Good job. Let's cue up the one. Let's cue up the one she put out after Laken Riley was killed. All right, roll it. Let's cue up the one after Rachel Morin was killed. Ready? Roll it.
Go.
Crickets.
Let's cue up the one. Oh no, there are no videos of that. Of course, right.
And of course, Democrats are freaking out all over. Here are some of them and what they had to say about illegal immigration. Cut number 3, as you can see. By this cut, maybe the Democrats, maybe they're not exactly who they say they are. Cut number 3.
All Americans, not only in the states most heavily affected, but in every place in this country, are rightly disturbed by the large numbers of illegal aliens entering our country.
I think the American people,
welcomed in the party.
they appreciate and believe in immigration, but they can't have a situation where you just have 500,000 people pouring over the border without
15 million?
any kind of mechanism to control it.
Oh, son of a... People who enter the United States without our permission are illegal aliens, and illegal aliens should not be treated the same as people who entered the U.S. legally.
I would, in fact, make sure that we immediately surge to the border.
This is not going to be a free ride. It's not going to be some instant amnesty. What's going to happen is you are going to pay a significant fine. You are going to learn English. You are going to go to the back of the line so that you don't get ahead of somebody who was in Mexico City applying legally.
The public service they use impose burdens on our taxpayers. That's why our administration has moved aggressively to secure our borders more by hiring a record number of new border guards.
First, illegal immigration is wrong.
There you go, Chuck.
Yeah.
Chuck's right on.
And now here's Selena Gomez crying about what she just saw. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, please, not
Did
again.
you see the new executive order, though? Very important.
No.
We have the... Oh, we didn't have that clip. Sorry. Trump signed the new executive order. No skinny jeans. Funniest 18-second clip I saw. It was just had me howling.
Oh,
today.
skinny jeans.
I'll tell you what I did see today.
Sorry, Slick.
Andrew Bailey, who is the Attorney General of Missouri, he was on with Glenn Beck today. And he said the following. He said, at the end of the day, the federal government can't pardon individuals for offenses under state law. All options are on the table here in the state of Missouri. Do you know what the subject matter was on that quote? Who they were speaking of?
Were they talking
Let me
about...
give you a hint. The little gnome who should be in a orange jumpsuit with the first name Doctor, last name Fauci.
I'm fuzzy on who you're talking about.
That's what Andrew Bailey said. All options are on the table. Great. At the end of the day, the federal government can't pardon individuals for offenses under the state law.
Seize his funds.
All options are on the table here in the state of Missouri. I will wrap it up when we get back.
Only people
to my office since Thursday, so I'll swing by there tomorrow. They'll get here tomorrow night, Paul. They'll all be smoked by the time you get back on Wednesday.
Oh, there'll be hell to pay.
I don't smoke cigars anyway, so you can have mine. Delgado, you smoke cigar? No. You stick one in your mouth, walk around. Hey, I got a cigar.
Ruby Ivy, good grief, Selena. Give us a break.
Keep mine. Light it up. Or you bring a little Woodford Reserve. We'll go.
Well, now you're talking.
Now we're talking turkey. You bring that too, a little wild turkey. I like the Angel's Envy. That's a nice. That's nice. The Angel's Envy bourbon.
How about like a Macallan 18 with the cigar? That's the only thing you should be drinking with the guitar.
What is that? Like it's $2.50 an ounce.
Or some Pelosi's favorite, some Balvenie.
There you go. Not at that level. That's good stuff.
Wild turkey. What?
I'm joking. I'm joking.
What are you talking about?
I said you're talking turkey.
You need a nice 40 ounce.
Listen, have you seen our refrigerator?
Yeah, I need a bottle of Old E.
We don't even got a bottle of water.
Give me some of that Howlin' Monkey.
The Harry Otis.
Does anyone remember something called Boone's Farm?
Yeah, of course.
Boone's Farm.
That was the high school.
Oh my
drink.
God, that was you get that crap, get your girlfriend drunk on that junk. Boone's Farm, man.
Or what
you
about
buy that at a supermarket?
Red, white, and blue.
The Paps.
Actually, I like
Blue
monkey,
ribbons.
You like monkey rolls?
I wish I knew I wish I could remember. Fran had mentioned there was a Japanese blend, the American made with the Japanese. I wish I could remember what he said.
No, Howling Monkey is a
essentially
40-ounce malt liquor.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Malt liquor.
Monkey, what's monkey? There's
my
a Scotch.
AOL or my iCloud?
That's fine.
I think the iCloud.
monkey.
Roll Charlie around. He'll be all right.
Why can't I think of it?
Who knew when he told that joke that Charlie Murphy?
You're talking about monkey shoulder?
I know.
Monkey shoulder.
And
Thank
Bunny
you.
fell down the steps. Remember? Goody Google Gus.
Goody Google Gus.
Tell me you didn't. I mean, when I first saw
I
that,
like monkey shoulder. I
don't know that I ever laughed harder than Delirious.
In my junk. That is so weird.
Maybe one other time I laughed that hard.
I don't know.
Raw wasn't as good.
In my junk.
Raw was funny, but not as good.
So my work email goes to your spam?
Yeah, I don't know why. I thought iCloud didn't do that. I'm just going to reply to you now. So
Drag Blacker in the YouTube chat says, Rick, conservatives don't get girlfriends drunk. Okay, Drag Blacker. Duly noted. I might have been a wild Reagan guy back
during
in.
your liberal.
All right, 13 to the hour, live from Studio 6B on a Monday, getting a new week started. I will be, those of you asking me where I've been in the mornings, I will be getting back to the mornings, and I will be covering, obviously, Cash is hearing for sure. Obviously, RFK.
Do we have a date for those yet?
Yeah. What's the roll today? Is there a list this week of confirms?
I think there's something. Is Cash Wednesday? Oh, no, we'll look it up here before we get off the air, but I think Cash was scheduled for Wednesday. RFK, I don't know. I don't know. We'll look it up. But whenever they are, I'll be covering them. So in the mornings. Let's do a little more sports and news before we wrap it up. We'll start with sports. Sports is brought to you by our friend Mike Lindell. LFS6B is the promo code to use. Let me check out our Crazy Town, too. See what we're up to on our X at LFS6B. Slickster, what's going on?
All right, NCAA men's basketball scoreboard. Ohio State right now, 67-49 over Iowa. 5 to go there in the second half. 17 to go in the second half. Right now, good game. NC State 37-35 over number 2 Duke. UCLA USC coming up at 10 p.m. and 10:30 tip-off. Iowa State, number 3, Iowa State visiting Arizona. NHL action. Canucks continue to lead the Blues 4-2, 14 to go there in the third, 16 to go in the first. Kraken over the Oilers 1-0. One final, Red Wings 5-2 over the Kings, and the other final, Flyers 4-2 over the Devils. Penguins and Sharks 10:30 out in San Jose. Puck drop there. NBA action, another good one. Houston Rockets 105-104 over the Boston Celtics in Boston. 3 to to go there in the fourth quarter. Magic 106-103 over the Heat down in Miami, 3 to go there in the fourth. 5 to go in the fourth. The Kings over the Nets, 97-85. Pelicans 101-89 over the trail the Raptors, 101-89. 3 to go there in the fourth. Bulls 106-96 over the Nuggets, 9 to go there in the fourth. And let's see, the Knicks game, that went final. 143-106, the Knicks over the Grizzlies. Knicks looking good there. All right, get to
saw Jalen Brunson was the first pick and the starter at the for the All-Star game.
Yeah. And rightfully so. That kid's playing lights out. Spectator dies after hammer weight flies into audience during track and field meet. Officials say the hammer went over certified barriers. Ryan Gatos of Fox News. I wanted to break up some of this football talk. A spectator at a track and field meet in Colorado was killed after being hit with a hammer thrown by one of the competitors in the event. Officials said Sunday the club track and field meeting consisting of high school athletes took place at the Mountain Lion Fieldhouse at the University of Colorado Springs, according to KXRM TV. The hammer cleared the certified barriers and struck one of the spectators in the stands. Just awful. The spectator was pronounced dead at the scene. The station reported the Colorado Springs Fire Department, University Police, and Colorado Springs Police all responded to calls. We are heartbroken at this horrible accident and are focused on supporting all involved. University Chancellor Jennifer Sobonet said in a statement, the victim was a father of one of the athletes competing in the event, according to the Colorado United Track Club. Colorado Springs Police told KRDO TV that the man was protecting his wife from the 25-pound weight. He was a hero, the father. If it was certified, I would believe it would be higher up and there wouldn't be seating there, and they would have already tested it to see if there was any possible incident, anything that could be possibly happening before you had 200 people there, one spectator told KKTV. The hammer throw is one of the signature events in track and field competition. The weight is attached to a grip, and the athlete spins around and lets it go down the field. The meet obviously was canceled after the incident. What a terrible story. Absolutely awful. And just real quick, Big D. Warning issued as wildlife officials find Georgia deer with chronic wasting disease. Or Hawkins of Breitbart. Georgia wildlife officials released a warning after a deer with a chronic wasting disease called CWD was discovered in Lanier County. WSB TV describes CWD as a fatal neurological disease that affects deer, elk, and moose. The disease has no treatment and eventually causes the infected animal to experience symptoms such as dramatic weight loss, poor body condition, subtle head tremors, and droopy head and ears may occur. In the end stages of the disease, the animal can drool excessively as well. Lanier is near Georgia's border in Florida. They said they are going to continue hunting, but they are going to keep an eye out for these particular deer that are infected. So what a shame there. And that's a wrap in sports, Big D.
All right, Slick, very good. Sports is right. Deer make it into sports.
Well, it's game hunting.
Maybe it's a little update on the Milwaukee Bucks. Who knows?
No, it's
the NBA.
Gotcha. All right, LFS6B is the promo code. Mike Lindell, sponsor sports. Just to give you an idea what's going on in Florida.
Idea?
What's going on in Florida with these phony Republicans down there? Here's the other one who's in cahoots with Joe Grutters. Daniel Perez is the other one. And he says, and this is the kick of what's going on in Florida. You know what they named this thing that they put together, these two rhinos and the rest of the rhinos there in Florida and the super majorities that we hold there? They named it the Trump Act. The Trump Act. If any one of these guys brought that to Trump, they would be fired immediately if they were in his business. President Trump would puke if he saw what you guys are putting on paper here.
Well, this is what they do, right? We saw it with the Democrats. They give these fancy names to these bills to get everybody to think, oh, it's a good thing. It's everything for American people bill, and it's nothing for the American people as they fleece the country and send money abroad.
Looking forward to working with you, Joe Grutters and Representative McClure, to support President Trump's mission. The Trump Act does what no other state has done. It fully supports President Trump's executive order and makes Florida the most aggressive state in the nation in cracking down on illegal immigration, he wrote. Can you put this up, Aaron? It doesn't do that at all. It doesn't do that at all. It guts all the enforcement, all the most important parts. Looking forward to supporting and leading the effort to pass President real Donald Trump's agenda. But you're not. His agenda is not to go soft. His agenda is to get these people out of here when encountered. His agenda is not let illegals register to vote and not consider it a crime. This is not his agenda at all. And naming it with his name is reprehensible. And everybody sees through it.
Yeah, and not tagging him means you don't want him to notice.
Well, trust me, he knows because the governor of Florida and him are lockstep on this issue.
Yep.
So it just shows you, no matter we always joke about the Supreme Court, we're always 2 justices away.
Mm-hmm.
Even when you have supermajorities in a state where the governor has taken on everything and everybody and every leftist policy has been destroyed in the state of Florida, yet here we are. Again, why are we giving oxygen to a party? The Democrats are all in favor of these two today, cheering them. Not one of them has come out and said anything about this bill. What does that tell you? They've screamed about everything this governor has done. They're hey, lockstep, let's go. This is good. It's just,
crazy.
All right, what else is in the news for you, wrap, Del?
All right, well, you're talking about the Senate hearings for RFK Jr., Tulsi, and Cash. I've got the dates. RFK is scheduled for Wednesday morning. Cash Patel and Tulsi Gabbard are set for Thursday. So this week you'll have those three. The Finance Committee and Health Committee will deal with Kennedy, and of course Cash Patel will be going in front of the Judiciary Committee, and the Senate Intel Committee will be seeing Tulsi.
Busy week.
There you have it.
Okay, very good.
Super chat, by the way.
Go ahead and read it.
Kenya H.
Yeah, Kenya.
Okay, I love you all so very much, and I'm sorry, so very, very, very much. And Rick, my favorite color is blue, looking good. I agree completely. You look fantastic, my friend.
Thank you, my man.
Thank you all for the thanks and hard work. Go Trump. God bless us.
All right, one quick one before we wrap. Lindsey Graham on with Dana Bash tonight.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
It's not common, as you know, to do what he did with those inspectors general. The law says that 30 days before a president fires an inspector general, which of course is an internal watchdog for government agencies, he must tell Congress, tell you why. That didn't happen.
Yeah.
He broke the law.
Yeah, I think, he should have done that. But the question is it okay for him to put people in place that he thinks can carry out his agenda? Yeah. He won the election. What do you expect him to do? Just leave everybody in place in Washington before he got elected? This makes perfect sense to me. Get new people. He feels like the government hasn't worked very well for the American people. These watchdog folks did a pretty lousy job. He wants some new eyes on Washington, and that makes sense to me.
Wow.
He broke the law. Another Karen into crazy town. All right, as always, we salute all our military, active and inactive, police, firefighters, first responders, emergency personnel. Thanks, guys, on the show. Aaron, Fran, great job as always. Most of all, thank you to Live from Studio 6B audience. We'll see you tomorrow night right here, 8 p.m., live from Studio 6B.